all these days we're here. It's already the 3rd month, isn't it?
Yeah, third
Since
month.
April.
Yeah, we've been in lockdown since late March. We got here March 29th, and today's the 31st of May.
Yeah, we didn't expect to be here for so long, to be honest.
Such a beautiful day. Gosh, how does this compare with walking in Darwin, at that park in Darwin? You remember where we were shooting? Very similarly to this.
That would be very hot and humid. Very different.
Yeah, I think it was about 35 degrees Celsius, wasn't it? The humidity was so high. Yeah.
Maybe even higher, 37. Here we are in the Botanic Garden of the town Darwin.
Look at it! Look at that! Isn't that lovely?
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful here.
Stunning.
Now we'll show you the beach very soon.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people are thinking about traveling, but there's some very good places close to home that they can go to. I mean, we're in Wales here. We're fortunate in that we're not that far from the sea, and it's a nice beach that Swansea Bay has here. But I mean, if you're in America or Canada, it's such big countries, there are lots of places you can go. I think, the fact, remember when we were traveling, we were so keen to get out of Britain.
Yeah.
But we were, I guess, keen for different reasons. We sold a bar, we wanted to try some new experiences.
We needed a break, first of all.
We needed a break. I mean, gosh, it seems like a dream now, doesn't it? And
4 years were quite exhausting for us.
yeah, we worked at a bar for 4 years, and then we've been traveling for 2 years immediately after that. But then we did a year traveling in the UK, and that was quite an experience in itself, wasn't it, really? The other thing about traveling at the moment, of course, is that there are far fewer flights. It will be more expensive when you can get a flight. Also, you're going to have travel insurance considerations. Can you get insurance against COVID-19 now? I mean, and if you can, what are the premiums going to be? So there are a hell of a lot of problems in the travel industry at the moment. It's going to take many years for this to resolve. Not to say that you won't be able to travel within a few months. These things will iron themselves out, and the hospitality industry has to survive. I mean, you found you were thinking about going to Russia, and when you were looking.
We were planning that you will go to Vancouver, and I'll go to Russia for some time. And now I looked at the tickets from London, Heathrow, or Gatwick, and I found only one option, which is £1,000.
Just to give you some sense of how expensive that is, normally Inessa would be able to pick that up for about 600, 650 max return.
Yeah, and I didn't find any direct flights. They were all going through Berlin, Germany. So Gatwick, Berlin, Moscow, and then Irkutsk, which is probably 16 hours flight.
It's a long flight as it is without adding Berlin onto it. Inessa got to use her birthday present, which, if you haven't guessed, is a new tripod. Now, if she doesn't get a picture correct, she doesn't have a leg to stand on. Which really, of course, she does have 3 plus 2 legs to stand on, but anyway.
One is detachable, actually.
That would be of the tripod, unless it doesn't have a detachable leg.
When I'm 90, I'll use it probably to scare seagulls from the beach.
Yeah.
I remember that day when I first got this tripod.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people on the beach.
Yeah, lots of people, all right. Not as bad as some of those photos we've seen of Southend or Bournemouth, where the beaches are really packed.
Yeah. People seem to observe social distance here.
Yeah.
That's good.
Maybe they're better at that in Wales than they are in England, but just so you can see, folks.
Mm-hmm. That's enough.
Back to us, and Nessa says that's enough. He's a camera hog.
I just don't want our viewers to be bored.
No.
With the same picture.
Yeah, sure. Well, we don't tend to do this much vlogging, do we, sweetheart? So we just tend to do mainly shooting the areas we're in and perhaps a little comedy and talking about it. And we've never done feathers before.
Welsh seagull feather. Organic.
Yeah, they're very different from the English seagull feather. Oh, all right.
Maybe I'll make something of them. Lovely.
You can never have enough feathers. So how does it feel walking around here? South Wales, we're coming into June tomorrow. It's actually like being abroad, isn't it? When the weather's like this and you got some lovely blue skies. The only thing we can't do, of course, is go in the water. Now there are people in the water, but Inessa and I aren't really that keen on jumping into 17 degrees centigrade water.
Not yet. Maybe we'll live here long enough, we will. We'll just sprint from the house into the Bristol Channel.
Yeah. Well, like you guys, we don't really know where our next move is to. I mean, there are people who are on YouTube who were stranded in places like the Philippines. I mean, maybe that's not a good place to be stranded, or maybe it's a great place to be stranded. But the good thing about being here is if, you know, you do need medical attention, you can go to it. You don't have to worry about insurance, because in this country you're looked after so long as you're a resident. In fact, even if you're not a resident, you would be. Although you would have to probably pay some kind of money.
I just took several shots.
Yeah, lovely.
With our new macro lens as well.
Yeah, again, see, we have a joke.
It's not very new though.
No, you got that for Christmas.
I'm carrying all my presents on me.
We have a joke because I bought the camera in Mexico when we were traveling for actually 4 travel thoughts, and now it became our camera, and now Inessa occasionally, perhaps more occasionally, maybe frequently, says my camera. I've got her back to our camera. Although today I did actually say her camera. So see how she's manipulating my thoughts.
Yeah.
So anyway, our joke is that it's her camera, it's my camera, with her macro lens and her tripod.
And there is one more lens.
But one other lens is mine.
But I'm
okay.
thinking of selling it. Not using it as mine.
No, she's not going to sell it. My lens.
Look at that. Show it to people. Lovely sandcastles. Wow, that's beautiful. Oh, that's nice. That's great. Wow.
Well, here we are taking a break. It's quite nice to take a break. Do you know this is the first time I've used this camera since the last day of February last year when we were in Athens, and I could tell that by looking at the date of the file on the laptop. Funny, huh? This is old Athens, by the way. God, the Greek family. Quite small.
Yeah.
And they look a bit zombie-like.
Well, it must be malnutrition. Look, it's right here.
So anywhere in the world we could go to, and Inessa would be most interested in that cat.
Yes.
Interesting, isn't it? Anyway, behind us you see ruins, and you'll see a lot of ruins in Athens. They're sort of interspersed between the newer buildings and other ruins. And of course the most famous ruins are on top of the Acropolis. You can't see the Parthenon, but there are other temples up there. The weather was about the same as this in terms of the clearness of the sky, but it was pretty chilly. That was pretty cool in Athens, if you remember.
That gives you a clue who did all the footage for Travel Thoughts since then.
I wouldn't say that, but Inessa, I have to give her credit, has filmed a lot of Travel Thoughts. Especially as I'm the main person in it, so I can't really do it myself, unless I've got a selfie stick like this. And it's more of a vlog style, this. Let me know what you think down below anyway, whether you like this vlog style, whether you want me to come on, be spontaneous, impulsive, say things as they come off the top of my head, or do you want it crafted, really well written, where I spend time over it and actually plan out each shot? Anyway.
Should be Hollywood style.
Inessa wants Hollywood style, right? Okay, and this is called the Dave Williams spontaneous style. It's not going to win Oscars, but hey, it's me, it's real.
Hello, camera.
This is our social distancing setup. Now, we don't have to do this with wife, but if I'm interviewing someone who's not a member of our household, then I can use this technique. You saw an example of our COVID-19 selfie stick. It's with my arm included, about 2 meters away from the subject. In the UK, it's 2 meters, by the way, for the social distancing. I think in other countries it's different. In America, it's 6 feet, which is 1.8 meters. Mm-hmm. The continent, I think, it varies.
So they pinched even there.
Spain, I think, is 2 meters as well. But meanwhile, the World Health Organization, wife, recommends just 1 meter. Right. So there you go, different standards.
Just 1 meter.
Just 1 meter.
I jumped away.
Yeah, but from the same house. That's from different households.
I know.
Okay, I know you know. And here is a Druid Circle in Singleton Park. There are many throughout Wales. They are often associated with Eisteddfods, which are cultural events held throughout Wales. So anyway, that was a nice walk actually. We had a nice pleasant day going through Singleton Park, onto Swansea Bay, nice sandy beach. Enjoying the last day of May.
Now we're going back to draw some rainbows.
Bye bye.